Well, good evening, everybody. Welcome along to the Blackguard. Shocked, I know. You were probably thinking it was going to be another class, but no, those days are long behind me. It's the Blackguard again. 75% we're at. So, unless something goes horribly, horribly wrong, we should be 75 this weekend. But we shall see. I don't want to jump the gun or anything like that. It would seem that the tables have turned this evening, and Destra is the one with the overpowering Zerg of Doom, so that's something. All the fisticuffs are happening in here, apparently. Randomly. That's a newbie chopper. I wonder. I wonder is he being power leveled through PQs? That used to be a thing back in the Age of Reckoning. You were forever getting people wanting to be power leveled to 40. They didn't care about the renown rank, because all they were going to do then was sit in a warband and earn their renown that way. It was a weird thing. Feels almost the reverse in this game. It's like you'd rather have the renown first. Oh, I thought I got him early enough before he would get that off on me. Like, I mean, bold to try it, but a tanky blackguard is not the thing a baby witch hunter should be going for. Maybe he thought I was lower level than I am. Maybe he doesn't know what gear the blackguard gets at the different levels. Or maybe he realized that I just spotted him through stealth, and he thought, might as well. He'd have been better going for Burn Away Lies, though. Rather than... is it Crippling Strike? Enfeebling Strike? Can never remember. I think it's Burn Away Lies is the armor one. If I had that in my Witch Elf, I'd use nothing else. Unless it doesn't scale particularly well in tier 4, but if you have the option to reduce somebody's armor, do it. It's the general wisdom. Oh, order over here apparently. Is this where they all are? They all taking a BO? Yep. They're all there taking a BO. Farewell, little squig herder. Farewell. I nearly ran into a bench. That would have been embarrassing. My guess is they're going to head up here. Or scoot off this way. I think they were only coming this way because they sensed some easy kills. Potentially. Either that or I'm being lured into a trap. Anything is possible at this stage. Scenarios are not popping at all. Which does not bode well for my renown leveling. Speak the devil. To tell you what, it's definitely a thing. If you complain about scenarios not popping, then they start to pop. It's like the game listens. It's like your mobile phone. You happen to mention, I don't know, you really fancy a Twix bar. After a couple of days, all you're going to get is nothing but adverts for Twix bars. What are I up against? Load of archmages and warrior priests. Sure. Duster's capping the point. This is all of the hallmarks of witch hunters coming behind us. Once again, tab targeting giving me everybody there, bar the person I wanted. Have I not got a healer? No, I do have a healer. I was going to say for the briefest moment there, I thought I didn't have a healer. Oh, there he is. I think he's DPS spec'd. These guys are getting run over. We did it! Hooray! Hey, I got a kill. Go me. That's what I say. Come on, game. You can go faster than this. Let's queue up again. Hey! Oh, they're going quicker. See, all you have to do is complain. Just loud enough so that the game can hear you. Oh, crikey. What? Wait a second. I shall leave there and join here. Lols. I pretend like I'm part of the pre-made. I count as a healer, right? This guy guard. Oh, an Archmage. I like hitting Archmages. I am just constantly being AP drained at the minute. This is the feeling of a fight that's never ever going to end. Why does someone want to surrender? I just realized most of them were behind me, so... And all of our guys are dead. I don't think we have a lot of DPS, do we? It's like all tanks and healers for the most part. We've got a chopper. Random doc sitting out in the zone. Whee! Oh, nearly. Oh, no way. He was knocked down. The shame. This guy's a little annoyance. Every time I go to knock that guy away, he parries it. Oh, per witch hunter. Held them up a decent amount of time. So the one thing with that is, like, I'm always looking at it and thinking, if they've got that many people trying to deal with me, surely that then means that the rest of your team is, like, just overrunning the remainder of their team. But more often than not, it feels like you hold up a party and their remaining parties hold up the rest of your entire team. It's very, very weird. Oh, they're bugging out. They don't want to play anymore. Aha! Ah! Bye. Hmm, 3,600 is not bad. I died twice. Delightful. What's that done for everything? 78, so I got 3% out of all of that so far. Oh, Battle for Prague game. It's coming around a lot of late. Well, we've already started. I was wondering why I could hear gunshots. I was like, surely we haven't started yet. This is nice. Oh, it's about standard in fairness. Fairly sure you can get out over this side to go and get South Prague. Parry regen witch hunters are no fun. Giant squig is giant. They had been farming them for a while by the looks of that. What do I need for the ORVR? I'm fairly sure I've only just started it. Yeah. not expecting Destro to do anything, is the problem. "400 witch hunters." I'm tanky. I'm not that tanky. I find it funny though that that one on his own didn't want to engage. He wanted to run back to the group. Whereas you would expect it to be a case of he would run in, knock you down, and the others would come to help him. But they don't seem to want to do that. They only ever seem to want to fight as a group. I suppose they run the risk of their kill to death ratio being messed up. They do stuff like that. More stuff to send to the circ. 1066. Battle of Hastings. Scenarios have dried up again. I heard a gunshot somewhere. Maybe I'm hearing things. Wouldn't be the first time. What have I got in here? Ah, one of each. Archmage, Rune Priest, and Warrior Priest. If we can get a Zealot, we'll be in the same place. But that might be asking for too much. Tester never really seems to get many healers. Although, weirdly, like, I've played the Chosen in scenarios a few times. He's, what, 30... 31, I think he is at the minute. And, like, his scenarios seem to just be all healers and tanks. Like, there's no DPS half the time. Guessing it's everybody leveling up their healer alts. They're all sick and tired of never having healers in scenarios. We'll just end up in the same place that my Zealot is every time I play him. You go into a scenario and it's just all healers. Nothing else. There's one night I played him and it was two parties. Everybody in it was a healer, bar one person that was a black orc. Super tanky. 0 damage. guy's in the middle of nowhere there. But I've held them up long enough that we were able to get a couple more ticks out of that flag. I always love how I can stand here getting peppered with things and I'm still staggered. Go away. Come on. I just taken too much damage off that guard for the duck. What's the point in surrendering now? Like, there's what, 80 points to go. I never understand it. I wonder if the cannons work. No. Why would they? Oh, the Magus got a kill, and the Squiggy got a kill. Shocker! Ranged got a kill in a thing where we were getting overrun. All the action is at Martyr Square and down south, it would seem now. John me. No. I'm helping. Oh, there's the Magus from that scenario. Doo-doo. I'm not playing this game. He's luring me out there for a reason. If he kept going, I'd have considered it. It's the fact that he stopped and came back twice. That just means that you're being lured into something. There's probably like 40 of them all sitting out there. What have I got over here? Someone hoovering up boxes. Archmage. That's the unfortunate part of the solo experience these days. Generally, all that you're ever going to run across is archmages and witch hunters. And they're usually not solo. This seems unusually quiet. What's this? Witch hunter. Shadow warrior. Well, this is going to be fun. Because he's going to do that. And they run away. go, fish. Hey, we killed someone. Forever staggered. Hmm. 7K is not bad. At least one of the order teams did okay out of the kill side of things. What's going on, Fancy Hat Man? I mean, have you not seen my fancy hat? It's very pointy, it's very spiky. How the devil are you, good sir? I was watching your stream for a little bit earlier. But I was watching it on my TV, so I wasn't logged in. I didn't have any chat. Congrats on 40. Oh, dear me. Excuse me for yawning. Rats and 40 and I die a lot faster. Yep. Such is the fate of everybody who turns 40 and can't get Vanquisher gear straight away. Although I think you're quite close. I think you're like 51 or something like that, right? Where'd that white lion go? Oh, of course he's running away. Yeah, turn 4051. Nice, dude. You get the Vanquisher gear in no time. Just have some pain and suffering in between. What on earth is everybody doing? You go in and join the fun. And this is the point where I get overrun. Because everybody is dead. Chapter 22 up, looking for man 3 tanks and go. So what, they have 21 people? Still need 26 Genesis crests for the subjugator weapon. Ah, cool. To be honest, the time of day you play seems to have a lot of keep sieges, so you should hopefully get them pretty quickly. Group 2 to Group 3, please. Oh, crikey, I hadn't even noticed. I'm half asleep. Order was active today. It's abnormal. To be fair, Order have been pretty active the last couple of days. I think it was yesterday I was on, and it was just a massive Order Zerg. It's the most of them I've seen in ages. Just felt like everybody decided that they were going to play Order. So it's Shadow Warrior, the White Lion. Oh no, it's 2 Shadow Warriors. Hey, 82% we're at now. Depending on how well we do tonight, we might actually be able to get 75 tomorrow. Or at least close to it. Because we're only about an hour in, and that's 7%. So, assuming that stays consistent, you're talking we'll be about 90. So, getting closer. 74 to 75 felt like it's taken an age. I think part of that's just down to the fact that my playtime's been reduced, but it's definitely starting to feel longer between levels. Although, ironically, I think when it comes to doing the Magus is probably going to do it quicker. Just because he can do more. What have we got in here? Archmages and Rune Priests. Fairly sure we came up against them before. Okay. That would have been a good place for me to be if I had been my Magus. Whee! I tell you what, that Zealot pop and that Winds of Insanity did wonders for me there, because the range I got in that Witch Hunter was amazing. Yahoo! Now, how confident are you going to be now that you're all on your own? Ugh. If I was him, I'd be sitting screaming for someone to come and help him, because he's not locking this while I stay here. They're not interested, they're all off the farm. Now I'm in trouble. I need to get all those broadhead arrows off me. Can't take 3. Come on, Destro, you can do it. He's right in the middle of you all. Or not. The one downside of playing the Chosen is their version of Enraged Beating is so much better because it's spirit damage. Every time you pop that thing, it feels like you're about to absolutely destroy someone. Fall back, little zealot. Hey, 1 for 1. Yeah, we're attacking all of the keeps, apparently. Right. I'm gonna guess that the siege in the Badlands was a distraction one, and it's over. This one, they seem to be on either door, and they're all running away. So everything seems to be going about as well as it normally does. To be honest, I'm kind of amazed they even attempted it with roughly equal numbers. Because that's usually a surefire hit for... Oh, crikey. That's usually a surefire hit for Desperate to fail. Because they have no idea how to push. The only time they ever seem to push confidently through a keep door is when there's no order there. Or at least very few order there. Oh, this guy looks a bit like my chosen. Only fancier shoulder armor. We're up against same Roonies and Archmages, so I'm guessing that's just one of their pre-mades. That looks like Gravard's pre-made as well. Battle of the pre-mades. Who will win? Guarantee whoever does, I'll still lose. That's usually the way it works. I'll do the objective. Someone has to. Well, Order seems to be winning the battle of the pre-mades. It's nice of them to let us get some points from holding the flag this long. They're all coming running back because this Archmage got low on health and panicked. Lugged. range DPS blackguard them. Why am I not capping this? Oh, it's because the thing's broken again. There's every opportunity there. I just killed that Archmage with the Zealot ability. I get the sneaky suspicion I didn't get the final hit, but if I did, that would be hilarious. They're hunting as a pack. The only part of this is I have no idea how close we are to actually capping this. Got it. How dare you? Des was afraid to push keeps. They knew my Merc Swordmaster was waiting. That's probably it. Like, no, I can't deal with that kind of overpoweredness. He's got a sword. Like, I'd hate to see this current scoreline if I hadn't capped that point when I did. Hey, Knight. How's things, bud? Were you able to get your internet sorted yet? Ah! I'm stuck in a rock. Things are great. Better internet is coming on the 20th. Did some low quality streams on Twitch and they went really well actually. Ah, nice dude. Glad to hear it. Tried to log in my level 16 Witch Hunter earlier. Sat him in Prague war camp on the cannons. Well, let's just say he's no longer 16 and gained like 4 RR levels. You do love your cannons. How are the scenarios going? Pretty much as normal, dude. We're just getting run over. Um, for most of them. There's been a couple that we've done quite well in, but most parts just losing horribly. And yet we somehow managed to win, even though we were horribly overrun. I wonder who could have been responsible for that. Run over, you're winning. Guess Self-Figure's winning this run over. I was meaning more in the sense that we were getting absolutely hammered in kills and deaths. Because let's face it, that's where you earn all of your renown from. Like, I guarantee you, that Order team got more than 2k renown, even though they lost. That's the thing that really bugs me about scenarios, is they're completely objective based, but you get all of your renown from killing people. Which is the reason why they just turn into kill fests. It's the same with the weekend scenario stuff. Like, the weekend scenario stuff every time is kill X number of people. It's never hold the objective for X amount of time, or, you know, score X thousand objective points or something like that. The whole thing's just basically set up for the work rest farm. Farm kills. That's it. It's basically just a big team deathmatch simulator at this stage. Okay, bud, wife getting off work. Hope you have a great stream. Enjoy many deaths and losses. Thanks for stopping by, Tosh. Hopefully you have a nice evening, bud. Hopefully I win lots, just so it annoys you. See ya. What's this? A witch hunter. Why utterly predictable. Aha! Aha! Oh, I didn't turn quick enough. I was kind of hoping I was going to do it just perfectly so that I parried his opening strike. That's not nice. I think that's the second one coming, right? Did I see that right? I don't know whether this guy basically ran out of AP or something like that. But he's had about as much luck as my Witch Elf usually has when using his jump away ability. This one's going somewhat one-sided. Where'd he go? He has to come out eventually. Come to me, little witch hunter. Don't wait for your friend to arrive. Fight me mano a mano. Oh look, I'm leaving. No, I'm not. He has to be here somewhere. There's no way he's still in stealth. Doo-doo. My flag. Victory! $7K renown's not bad. Oh god, that was quick. Just about had enough time to mount up. It's the first time I've done high pass. Wow. I'll guard the chamois. Just the two healers this time for order. $85% the old renown. I'll go with Squirbud. He's running for it. Ah, nearly. Oh look, Dastro's turned up to join us. Why indeed? Ah, Stoopy. I killed him with my witch elf. Got like 20 odd K renown for him. Don't mind me. Aw. Whee! Sure. I just wanted to knock him down. Oh, he blocked it. Where's this guy gone? This guy's regen spec. Come on. There we go. He's give up. It's amazing how quickly they run away as soon as numbers even out against them. They're always fine to fight it out when they've got like a 3-to-1 or a 2-to-1 advantage. But as soon as it evens, they just turn tail and run. Every time. Oh, very nice. We can do it, Mr. Marauder. Really wanted to call him Mr. Miyagi there for a minute. Hello, I played this when it was live, and I just heard about the server. How's the state of the game? Good to start this late. Yeah, dude. So there's always a load of people on playing. You're talking, there's a good 800-900 people usually. Depending on the time of day you play, it can be more or less. So EU prime time is usually pretty active. North American prime time, as far as I know, is a little less active. But other than that, it's pretty good. How are the factions? Does one people need more than another? To be honest, it changes quite frequently. So because it's a private server that's been going for so long, people tend to play both sides. So you'll generally find on any given day it can be Order doing really well or Destro doing really well. It just depends what everybody's deciding to play. Oh my god, I killed him with the throwing dagger. Range DPS Blackguard. Shield Doc still seems strong. Yeah. Shield Doc, I don't know. I still can't warm to the Shield Doc at all. Doc should be 2 swords or sword and a chalice and nothing else. I still maintain we should have had a 2-sword Blackguard before we should have had a Shield Doc. Because there was actual concept art for 2-sword Blackguard. But maybe that's just me having favourites. Thanks for the answer. Any guides for starting that you recommend? So, if you go to the forum on returnofreckoning.com, there is loads of sort of class guides that different people in the community have put together, sort of talking through different specs and different ways to play the different classes and stuff like that. But realistically, everything's on the forums. There's also a wiki. The wiki's a little bit out of date, but again, you can access it from the actual forum side of things. So it's really just there's lots of info there. Danny Fred, thank you very much for the follow, kind sir. Very much appreciated. And the comment as well. Thank you, sir. Very kind. He's running for the hills. I tell you what, this scenario is taking forever. Appreciate the knowledge, I'll check it out. I played a Zealot back in the day, might pick it back up. Ah, nice dude. You can always use healers. One thing that's very similar to the live game. You can always use healers. But it's a good fun game to play. They're working on a whole ability rework system thing at the minute. They'll allow them to better change up how the abilities are tuned and everything else. So hopefully, whenever they get that sorted, they'll be able to do a lot more in terms of like class balancing and stuff, because by all accounts it's quite tricky for them at the minute. Is it still a 2-2-2 6v6 strategy? Yep, that hasn't changed. There's even a ranked scenario mode at the minute, which some people play. Like, it's not hugely played, but there are people play it, which is very competitive. But the normal scenarios, like, you'll generally find that there's pre-mades rolling around them that are 2-2-2. Open world, it can be quite zergy at times with the warbands, but there are like 6 and 12 mans run around. So you'll always find that there's that sort of structure in place, and there's a good few guilds tend to recruit for that kind of thing as well. Oh, 87. Scenario strategy is now 10 chamois and 2 Jews. I mean, I have been in scenarios that are like that, in fairness. My chosen was in one the other day, and it was just all chosen and chamois. I think there was a black orc in there as well. I tell you what, I'm going to get out of this war camp eventually. Chamois blob. Yeah. Chamois and archmages are just so powerful solo. Chosen's job is to look over walls. And also to be a wall. Is Order not coming out to play? Or are they trying to, like, circle around or something? No, there's none over there. Oh, here they come. They're just late coming out of their spawn. literally stuck. Aha! I live for another few seconds. And it. If I can convince friends to join me, what would you say is a good duo to pair with a zealot? Choppa, Magus, Herder? To go with a zealot. Out of those ones, probably a squig herder, just for the kite ability. Potentially a Magus. I think the Chopper would be too squishy without a guard, is the only thing. The problem is the Zealot is very heal focused, so it's not going to do any damage on its own. I'm trying to think what else that there is that would go with it. Yeah, Shami for a duo would be the better healer. Because it can do a little bit of damage and CC and stuff. But probably a Squig Herder, you know, if those were the options, Choppa, Magus, Squig Herder, I'd say probably Squig Herder, Magus, and then Choppa. Should I take the war tokens from public quests? Yeah, I would. Because you can use them to buy gear that saves you from having to use your war crests to get the PvP gear. And you can also use them to buy good potions as well for healing. So, I'm trying to think the other options that you get out of it. It's like a little tiny bit of money. I think it's something for apothecaries. And I can't think of anything else. Yeah. I think that's it. So yeah, I take the war tokens every time. Unless it's a piece of gear that's in it, in which case take the piece of gear, but I think that's only the hard ones. Or no, it's only the gold bags, I should say. Rather than the hard ones, but you're more likely to get them in a hard one. Okay, so same question with the Shami. Ideal duo partner for them. For a Shami, that's a very different thing. So, Squig Herder would be good with a Shami just because of all of their CC and their kiting ability. A Witch Elf would be another option because you can use the Shami as bait and then the Witch Elf dives in and stabs them to death. Marauder, potentially. Magus. Again, the Chop is one of those where it's like, it kind of needs the heal and the guard. So if you were 3-manning it and you had somebody who was, say, playing a Chosen, I would say definitely a chopper. But probably probably out of the three that you suggested, a squig herder probably be the ideal one. Plus, then it's double gobos. They can stand on top of each other in a trench coat and pretend to be an orc. Gobos are pretty good. They're just hilarious. To buy the next war token armor, it says I need a recruit ward. Yeah, so for the recruit wards, the wards themselves are the individual armor pieces. So you have all of these different wards that get unlocked with each tier of armor. So the first set of armor that you can get is either Decimator, Braggart, Carnage, or Hunter. You get that in tier 1. It's like level 8, I want to say. So when you equip it, you get a Recruit Sword, which then allows you to get the next tier up of armor, and so on and so forth. Okay, yeah, I have 2 Carnage pieces on. So, Carnage, so you need the boots and chest piece, I think is the other one. Doesn't work. Yeah, so you need to equip the boots and the chest piece, and then that unlocks the ward for you. And then when you come to your next piece of gear, which I think is Obliterator and Challenger, you can put it on, and it gives you the next ward. No, it's just an unlock. So if you go to your Tome of Knowledge and go down here to Armory, you should see this recruit ward fully opened like this. Oh yeah, you click on the text rather than the image. Good shout, Insane. So boots and chest should be the first purchases from tier 1. To be honest, with the way it goes, you'll get all of the pieces long before you ever level out of tier 1. So it's really just a case of buy whichever one you need the most at that stage. And then go from there. I know, because I struggled with it. Because it's one of those things, it's like, it's the design of it. It makes it look like you should click on the actual fragment pieces below. Actually, it even says it here. Click on the fragment pieces below to show. But it's actually the text. %87% we're at now. Leveling in skirmishes from level 1. You can do if you want. Like, you can join scenarios straight away, and you'll get decent XP and decent renown out of them. But if you do the open world stuff as well, there's a weekly event called the ORVR week. And if you're going around killing players in the open world, handing in boxes, taking keeps, locking zones, that kind of thing, you're gaining influence. And as you progress up through the 3 influence tiers, you get rewarded with either war crests or gold, stuff like that. And that helps you with your leveling really, really well. It probably worked that way in live. It probably did. Although I can't remember a ward system on live. Unless it was introduced later on. I'm fairly sure you could just wear stuff willy-nilly as you got it. It was just like a renown requirement to wear them. I am not running in there, because they're getting absolutely annihilated. Oh, we're all at the back, that's why. I should probably have trusted my gut and not run in. Appreciate taking the time to help us new players out. Don't worry, bud. We're all new at one stage. Like, I've only been playing Return to Reckoning since September time, so what's that? About 7 months or something at this stage. I played live pretty much from start to finish, bar a couple of months at the end, but like there's stuff in this game I'm still figuring out. Um, but it's always good to get new people into the game. And to be honest, the community's pretty friendly as well. Like you'll find leveling up that there's always going to be people there available to help you. And there's also this advice channel um, where you can ask questions in game, and people will generally respond pretty quickly to you. Um, Even about some like really obscure stuff. Like I've seen some questions in there about like specific quests, and people are straight on going, "Oh yeah, you go over here." All right. Some people still remember that stuff. Okay. All right. Um, Sorry about that. I was being asked questions. I get questioned outside of everything and also on Twitch. um, just joined last night on Order. Would like to find people to play with. To be honest, you'll always find people. Like there's an LFG channel, number 5. You can always ask for people if you're wanting them to group up to do scenarios or PQs, that kind of thing. Usually, if you're in the RVR lakes like this, you can go to parties and warbands and nearby, and you can join open warbands. Um, so that's always an option. And the other side of it is if you're on watching streams, you'll generally find a lot of the streamers will group up with you if you ask them. They're playing on the same faction and in the same tier. I know Toth Monra, who you'll probably see on a lot. He usually groups up with people and helps them out with things. Um, and there's a good few others as well. So there's always going to be someone there to group with. Seems like this is way different than what I remember. I just remember storming keeps and big shieldy orcs body blocking the stairs. Oh, you still get that as well, dude. Um, the thing with it is now the the zones themselves they tend to push, and it used to be a case on live, or at least from my reckoning on it, if you were attacking a keep, you were 99% going to take the keep. In this, it feels a little bit more hit and miss. Like, there's times you'll go to do a keep and you'll just get completely overrun by the defending side. Um, but it's still, at its heart, it's still the same game. It's a very different approach to it now because you get everything through war crests. It's all a lot more kill focused than it is objective focused, which is the one thing that I find weird with it. Only joined Order because I was told they have like 80 less players on average. So it's one of those. the numbers fluctuate all the time. Pretty much 95% of the player base plays both sides. There's only a few holdouts who play one or the other exclusively. Um, so, depending on the time of day you're playing, you can have a massive order zerg, you could have a massive destruction zerg, or it could be like really even. Um, the difference isn't that great. Usually, what happens is one side will start winning, and then people will start to bleed away from the losing side, and magically people will start to appear extra on the winning side. But you're going to find that in every game that you play, because people will always want to do um, the easiest thing. So I always just say to people, play the side that you like the look of, because if you're winning and you think your class looks really cool, you're going to enjoy it. If you're losing and you think your class looks really cool, you're probably not going to enjoy it as much. But the fact that you like the thing that you're playing is going to help ease the hit. Yeah, that pretty much guarantees a flip of a zone control and double the rewards for two characters. Yeah, I just got done playing on the Daok private server. Eden, same thing happened. Yeah, to be fair, you'll find it anywhere you have anywhere you've got like PvP of any kind. You're always going to have people wanting path of least resistance. Like you're never not going to have it, unfortunately. And that's the thing. It's like I'll never tell anybody, oh, you have to play one side or the other. Everybody plays both sides. Just play what you enjoy, because you'll enjoy the game more for it. Trying out a Swordmaster. Nice. Um, Tosh, or Shut Kid Up, as his name is, he's playing a Swordmaster at the minute. He seems to be enjoying it. So um, it's just one of those classes it's different from the way tanks are done in a lot of games because of its mechanic. And I think that's the one interesting thing about this game is every sort of class pairing feels quite unique. So hopefully you enjoy it. Yeah, I was watching him earlier. Yeah, no, he's good fun. And like Tosh has been playing this game for years at this stage, so he really knows what he's doing with a lot of the classes. And he streams every day for like, what is it, about 6 or 7 hours at a time. So um, you'll always you'll always have him there to sort of ask questions and stuff. And he always is very helpful to newer players. Udo Hex, thank you very much for the follow, kind sir. Oh, where am I? I'm in the sky. Uh, okay. That apparently fell through the floor. That that's a new one on me. Does that count as a death? It does. I've died and it hasn't even started yet. Farming PQs at level 13ish if anyone in order wants to join. Oh my god, it's happened again. What on earth's going on? This doesn't happen very often, by the way, guys. So just putting that out there. Snapped out of existence by Siege. I really have been. I don't know what's going on. It's the game's just trying to ruin my character's stats. See, I'm looted in, but I'm under the floor of the thing. Well, do slash stuck. Oh, helps so I could spell. Oh, Jesus. Now I've got a 27-second respawn timer. This is a new one for me. I've never had this happen before. Other streamers were having issues today, it seems also. Alright, okay. I've never seen anything like this before. Like the closest I've ever had to this was in um oh god, I've forgotten the name of it. It's the dwarf and green skin. Um what the This is really, really weird. Um, there's a dwarf and green skin one, and it's up on a big wall. Is it Thadram's head wall or something like that? It's called. Um, and I was fighting a guy around the central flag, and I jumped and I got stuck against the flag, and then it threw me under the floor. And um, can I make it out of the spawn? No. I cannot use stuck more than once every 5 minutes. Thanks, game. Um, so so this is me outside of existence. Yeah, like I just I'm not even appearing on the map. Where am I? I exist outside of space and time. Oh dear. This is probably gonna have booted me out and given me like a quitter debuff or something. Yeah, that sucks. That wasn't even my fault. I was sucked into the warp years have passed. Ah, to be honest, I think what I'll do is I'll probably I'll take a clip of that and I'll submit a bug report. I don't know what use it's gonna be because like I didn't really do anything there that was bizarre. Like I literally mounted up and then fell through the floor several times. But like that's the first time I've ever had anything like that happen to me in game. So that's not the norm. Just in case you were wondering, it's not that buggy. But yeah, the only other place I've had that is what's it called? Oh, it's not on the list. It's like Thadram's head wall or something like that. I was bouncing around the flag, chasing a healer, and I got stuck against the thing, and it threw me through the floor, and I was inside the actual wall, just running around. But in that particular instance, I was able to run through the wall and back out into the PvP zone in the scenario. Seeing this game makes me feel that much older. Rip Warhammer Fantasy. Yeah, although Warhammer Fantasy's coming back, so the good times will roll once more. The sad thing about it is, like, I remember being so hyped for this game coming out after seeing the announcement of it at E3. I want to say it was like E3 2005 or 6, something like that. Um, and like, I've gone back a few times since I've come back to this, and I've watched like the old production podcasts, and I find your guy Paul Barnett, who was the creative director, who was like the big face of this, the hype machine, um, back in the day. He's now like the creative director on it's like World of Tanks or something like that. And I seen a video of him recently, and he looks really old. And of course he would be because it's like nearly 20 years ago, and like he was probably my age when he was doing this game. And like it just hits home how long ago it actually was. I still love old school MMOs. Yeah, that's the thing. This generation of MMO was probably MMOs at their zenith before all of the like microtransactions and loot boxes and stuff like that came in. Everything's more money focused now. It's kind of a downer. Didn't they just rebrand as Age of Sigmar? So like they completely redid it. They like um how did they end it? It was called like the End Times. Basically Chaos won and sundered the old world, and it created this whole new parallel dimension where which is now Age of Sigmar. So what they're doing is I think it's Forge World, who's like the big specialist game arm of Games Workshop. They're bringing back Warhammer Fantasy, but it's set like 300-400 years before the end times happen. So it's given them a load of free time to actually build out a narrative and a story again. And to be honest with you, I get the sneaky suspicion that Warhammer Fantasy is going to be more popular than Age of Sigmar. I was back when we called WoW waiting on Warhammer. I remember those days. I remember there was like a wee cartoon series that used to go on about World of Warcraft at the time, and they did one for the launch of Warhammer, and it was Illidan and I think it was the Lord from Upper Blackrock Spire sitting going, "Oh, we're so evil," and then it was like all the Chaos characters from Warhammer walked in, and they were all drawn like super serious, and it just made the World of Warcraft stuff seem even more comical. EverQuest 2 PvP server coming out in 20 days. I'm excited for. Ah, nice. I never actually got to play EverQuest. There was a wee sort of comic and card shop uh, that I used to go to when I was a kid, and that was the first time I ever seen an MMO. And it was the guy who owned it was playing EverQuest, and I remember asking him at the time, I was like, "What's that?" And he's like, "Oh, it's an MMO." I was like, "What's an MMO?" And he says, "See all of these characters?" And I was like, "Yeah." He says, "Like they're all people." I was like, "No, there's no way they're people." It's like they are. They're people. Like it blew my mind at the time because you're talking that was what early 2000s. Like you didn't even have like Xbox Live or things like that at that stage. It was all still on things like GameSpy for the PC. Um, you're talking it was like Quake and Doom LAN matches were still pretty much the in thing. So it was like weird just to see all of these people running around. Uh, the old world. So they can sell books of Sigmar's Rise. That's awesome. Yeah, I'm looking forward to it, to be honest. Um, I'm a big tabletop fan as it is. Like, I'm more the sci fi side of things. So, like, Necromunda, Horus Heresy, 40k, that's my go to at the minute. But I'd be tempted to get into Warhammer Fantasy depending on how it's done. Um, and Forge World tend to do really good rule sets. Like Adeptus Titanicus is amazing in terms of rules for a tabletop game. Going to bring in Cathay and maybe a few others. Yeah, I haven't read too much about it. Like I know that they've done stuff for like Tomb Kings and um, Bretonia, which makes me think that's going to be the launch box for it. It's going to be Bretonia versus Tomb Kings. I'll be playing an EverQuest 2 PvP server end of this month, and EverQuest 1 tip server in like 2 months. Nice, dude. Your only problem is going to be finding the time to play them all. I'm the same. Like I've got loads of old games. Um, very, very few games in my games library are sort of recent. I think probably the most recent thing that I own is Destiny 2, and it's what 6 year old or something like this at this stage. Um, but like the majority of the stuff that I play is like mid noughties or earlier. Like I still play Red Alert, and it's what 1995. Star Wars Rebellion, what 96, 97. So like there's loads of stuff that just yeah, all those older games like they were made for gameplay because they couldn't really do anything else. Like the technology of the time didn't allow them to sort of spend lots of time on fancy visuals and stuff like that. And that's why they last so long. Thoughts on the 10th edition Awakening of the Lion plot? I mean, it was inevitable it was going to happen, just simply for the fact that Primarchs make money. Um, the whole thing of like he's been awake for a while and he's been out doing secretive stuff in the background is kind of a bit weird, considering we've already had lore that the Emperor talking to Gilliman and saying you're my only loyal son. It's kind of like you're going to kind of have to retcon that, guys, because it's the same. Like if they bring back, you've got what Korax is in the wart hunting Lehman Russ, or not Lehman Russ, sorry, Lurgar. Lehman Russ is somewhere in the Eye of Terror hunting something. Vulcan's a perpetual, so you know he's still alive somewhere. Um, Sanguinius, I still am convinced they're going to try and pull some thing with him to bring him back because they've been making huge pains to say that his spirit's still in the vengeful spirit, even though his body was destroyed. Who else have I got? Ferris Manus got decapitated on this divan. So I think if they bring him back, he'll be come back as like the Primarch of the Legion of the Damned, and he's like some sort of demon of the Emperor kind of thing. Um, Realistically, Rogel Dorn, he's going to come back at some point. Like, they're all going to come back, and they're going to find some convoluted way to do it. But the thing with it is, it's always going to feel quite hokey just because the way the Warhammer lore was set up is like they were all dead and buried for the most part. And they've just been slowly unspooling it for the last number of decades just to get them back in a position where they can go. Although the new model looks really good, I'll give them that. The only thing I wish was it was like a dual model where you could build it as Luther or the Lion. That would have been pretty cool. Because I would have liked there to have been an option to do like a fallen army. You just buy the Dark Angel stuff and then like you get an option to change it. I'd love a new Warhammer MMO. It is perfect lore. Yeah, that's the thing. It's like this game had so much potential. And I think if EA hadn't got involved with it, it would probably be still going now in an official capacity. 40k, I'm amazed that they've never got an MMO off the ground for it. Something even in the style of like Destiny would do wonders for 40k. I just don't think Games Workshop want to let people at the IP enough to make it work properly. Which is a good thing and a bad thing. It's a good thing from the point of view you don't want like the lore of the games being changed too much, but at the same point it kind of stifles the creativity of somebody wanting to go in and do something with it. But you never know, this whole thing with Amazon of them doing TV shows and films, if it reaches like mass appeal, I wouldn't be shocked if an MMO was to follow. The problem is now there's no real money in MMOs for companies anymore. It's a huge investment and a huge risk. You'll just get mobile games because they're cheap to make. There's low risk to them and they make a fortune. And that's the sad thing. Khan is still out there too. Well, that's the thing. It's like Khan got retconned with the Horus Heresy novels because it was originally supposed to be he was still around and kicking, and then the Horus Heresy novels, it was he got infected by Mortarion, and he was in kind of a similar state then to what Guilliman was after he got stabbed by Fulgrim. In that, oh, he's in stasis, but he's showing very sort of weak signs of recovery, sort of thing. So they're just building him up as a we can bring him back at some stage and say he's cured. Um, the Emperor cured him, or something like that, or Belisarius Cawl cured him. Is probably more likely at this stage. I thought Sanguinius was in a casket on Baal, and that's where the Sangreal priests top up their chalices with his blood. I don't know. I was like convinced that his body got destroyed, but I might be wrong in that. It's been a long time since I've read up the Blood Angel's lore. I just know that his spirit is still in the Vengeful Spirit, and the fact that they've gone to great pains to explain that in recent lore would suggest that they've got some sort of plan for it. And Sanguinius is so popular in and outside of the lore, like, from a commercial perspective, it makes sense for them. There's never been a good 40k game that has stood the test of time outside of Dawn of War. I think Space Marine did okay. Like, it's still played to this day, which is pretty good. Like, it's not played to the same extent that Dawn of War ever has, but it did better than it probably had any right to do. I'm trying to think what other ones there's been. Which is the other real problem with it. Like, you know, you've got things like Inquisitor Martyr, Battlefleet Gothic, what was the other one I'm thinking of? There's like a Mechanicus one. Sector Mechanicus, is it? Like, they're all popular in their own way, but they're not like mass appeal. There's the Horus Heresy card game. Like, I play it every now and again, just as like a, you know, I've got 20 minutes free, I'm going to play something simple. Again, it's nothing special, but it's something that you can just play time and again. But certainly Dawn of War's been their big home run. It had mass appeal beyond just Warhammer fans, and it brought in an awful lot of people to the hobby as well, which Games Workshop really liked. But I think there's rumors that there's a fourth version of it in the works at the minute. It's being done by the guys who did Heart of Iron or something like that. I think it was like a World War II strategy game. It's a hard universe to pull off and please the fans. It really is. That's the problem with it. Is like everybody has their own expectation of what it is, and the one the one thing that they've got going for them is about 70% of all 40k fans are Space Marine fans. So they always know that if they put Space Marines front and center, it'll sell to someone. The problem is whenever it comes to the wider races, it's like as soon as they don't include one, everybody's up in arms that they haven't included Species X in this game. Hey, Flux. How's things, bud? I'm going well. Tacticus, Titanicus, Battlefleet Armageddon. Yeah, Battlefleet Gothic. I loved Battlefleet Gothic. The one thing that I hated with it was you couldn't do like a skirmish mode. The only kind of multiplayer in it you could do was versus other people, and if there was no other people on, you weren't getting a game. And I just thought that was a real missed opportunity because, like, what strategy game in the last 30 or 40 years hasn't had a skirmish mode? Like, I can't think of one off the top of my head. I play the hell out of Total War Warhammer 3. Yeah, I got it. I'm terrible at Total War games. But I got the Total War Warhammer series, just because it's Warhammer, and like I play it a little bit here and there, but like I'm just I'm not very good at it. So like I'll play it for a bit and then I'll set it down and then I'll pick it up and then I'll set it down and I'll pick it up and set it down. Like I never really play it consistently, but it's good fun. Like I get my ass kicked at it constantly, but it's still good fun. Well, I haven't fallen through the floor to my death yet, so this scenario is already going better than the last one. I am going to go up the back and try and take this back. Because there's enough people in here, they should be able to get that. I bet you he has a witch hunter with him. That's why he's so aggressive. Or maybe not. Speaking of witch hunters, like we're not going to be able to kill this witch hunter with that warrior priest healing him. Thinking of making a destruction character, any class role specifically desired? Not really, none that I can think of. Like, we could always use healers, but then again, that's the same for nearly every MMO, in fairness. Again, it's one of those ones where I'd always say, just pick a class that you like the look of. Like, there's no real classes that are a pariah. Like, you'll always find someone will have some need for somebody. If you're going to play solo, best tank class solo is probably going to be Chosen. Best healer is going to be Shaman. And best DPS class solo is probably going to be something like a Witch Elf. So, you know, if you're going for more of a group thing, like if you have a group of people to play with, more utility-based classes are probably the sort of the thing. Or like if you've like specific requirements, you know, if you've got other people who are already there and you need like a DPS, just pick a DPS class that you need. Crossing my fingers for no chaos trickery. Big Marauder assist. Yeah. That's the thing, it's like I don't really have the damage as a defensive tank to get through healing. But what I do have is the ability to outlast most people, so as soon as I get like a DPS assist, it's a big change in the road, shall we say. I'm kind of liking the idea of Witch Elf. Yeah, Witch Elves are fun. Like, that's the thing. Every class is a very unique flavor. Um, and you'll generally always find some role that you can play. Like, you're never going to pick a class and say to yourself, oh, I feel completely useless, I can't do anything. You'll get times like when you hit level 40 and you lose bolster, if you're not at the point where you can wear your Vanquisher gear, which I think is like renown rank 55 to 58, you'll definitely notice a drop off in like your effectiveness in RVR. But like everybody goes through that at the same point. So like it's never going to be something just specific to you. Just download the game. Ah, great. Another new player. You're in good company. I was told you can start PvPing with a fresh tune and just level through PvP. Yep. So as soon as you load in, you have this button up here, which is join scenario queue, and you can join scenarios straight away and immediately get in and do PvP. The other side of it is you can also I forget what the button is. Is it L? No. K? No. There's a button you can press, and it gets you your war report. You might need to check in your key bindings what it's set to, because war report doesn't show up automatically when you first load into the game, but you can use it to teleport straight to a starting PvP area, and at the same time you can just run to the starting PvP area if you really want to, or you can run to the first flight master and fly there. But yeah, you can pretty much just start PvPing from level 1, and PvP will always give you XP and renown, so it'll level you all the way up. Oh, I just read they combine tier 2 and tier 3 on this server. That makes sense to fill the population. Yeah, so tier 1 is still just level 1 to 16, and then once you go above that, tier 2, 3, and 4 are all part of the same tier experience. So level 16, you go into effectively this, which is tier 4. But when a zone resets, it goes all the way back to tier 2, and you work your way back through the pairings to get up to tier 4 again. It took me by surprise when I first started playing, because I went into a keep and I was immediately greeted by two sovereign level witch hunters on my level 16 magus, and I was like, ah, I think I've made a mistake. I'm not sure. Like, the door's nearly down. I get the sneaky suspicion this is going to be a tough keep to take. We've got 2 open warbands. Oh, got the name Serpent on a witch elf. Not bad. Nice, dude. They tend to recycle names quite a bit. So they do a thing where if a character hasn't been played in a couple of months, they'll take the name off it and put it back into the pool, just so it's available to other people. And if you ever want to change your character's name, you can do /change name while you're in game, and it'll give you a wee token so that whenever you get back to the character screen, you can change one of your character's names. And you can do that once a month, which is handy. We had a sword master named Hero yesterday. I was very surprised I got that. Yeah, and that's the thing. It's like a lot of these things. It's like the names could be taken, you know, years ago, and then just because nobody's ever played them, you don't get them, and then nobody thinks to even try a name like that. Hey, we got oil dyeing. Only took 4 years. This is the boring part of a keep siege now. It just feels like it always takes forever. I have Wolverine damage mercenary if anybody wants one of those. Seems like a lot of order left, because we were equal numbers there for a bit. How are we doing this? Oh, we're nearly at 90%. Hopefully that means we'll be 75 tomorrow. I don't think we're going to get very much renown for locking this, so if we can get through this keep. I might be wrong, but it doesn't really feel like I've done much in the zone. Well, we'll probably get the first pip in this. Just slowly getting started working on it this week. Oh, he's not going to yield to the likes of me. Oh. Signs have started to come back in. That means people have left. Huzzah! Oh, we got 2k for it. Oh, somebody got renown rank 80. Congrats to them. What's that push us up to? 90% in the dot. Got us our first pip as well.
Who do you think you is?
I think I'm me. Who are you? There's some order about here somewhere. There's a bit of collision there. Might have been ones just running back to their war camp. Their PvE camp, I should say. There's a witch hunter who's dead. Always thought that would have been an interesting thing for like a class to have, where they could like fake out that they're dead, so they're just lying like a corpse. What'd that do for us? Gotta bet. Didn't take us over 90% though. 2,200. Not bad. We're getting a bag at least. Yeah, feign death. It'd be something like that would be pretty cool. Just to see if you could lure anybody in. Alright, well, I think that's a good stopping point for me, guys. Thank you all so very much for coming along and watching. I hope you've all had a nice time. Thanks for all the chat and sticking with me. Thank you for all the follows. It's been very kind. We had a good few tonight. I'm going to be back here at my normal time tomorrow night, 7 p.m. So you're all very welcome to come and join in the fun again. I'll have a wee look here and see if there's anybody else streaming. Oh, help if I actually go to Twitch. I went to YouTube. I'm not going to find anybody streaming on YouTube. Let's see. Tell you what, we'll try this guy out. So yeah, that's going to be me, guys. I hope you all enjoy the rest of your day. I hope you all have a nice day tomorrow. I'll hopefully see you back here again tomorrow night. But until then, take care, all the best, and good night. Bye.